It's 9 a.m. on August 3rd, and we're about to go on a 2-week vacation. We stayed up until like 2:30 last night packing the car, so right now I would rather sleep, to be honest. We actually wanted to leave by now, but we stayed up way too late, and Zoe slept in way too late. So now we're kind of in a little bit of a panic trying to get out of here. And rather than helping, I'm making this video. That's better. Everything was packed, but it wasn't. Oh shit, I forgot. Alright, everything was packed, but it wasn't right. I had to redo it. So now we're ready to go. Final garbage is in the garbage. The most important first stop. We're gonna bribe the kids with donuts. We're at Starbucks. We're off to a rocky start. Alright, so we are now on the highway. We're on the first leg of our journey. We're going to the Mystic Aquarium in Mystic, Connecticut, looking to elicit for confirmation. And then we will be heading to the hotel for the evening, where my son is very excited to jump on the bed, use the elevator, and find the boiler room. I've never noticed how many ugly people are in Massachusetts.
And so we took to the road in what would be the best 2 weeks of my life. The plan was to travel from New Hampshire down to Mystic, Connecticut to visit the world-renowned Mystic Aquarium, and then hop over to Newark, Delaware to a hotel. There were a few hiccups. At one point we pulled over to adjust my daughter's car seat and a bee began harassing us. He was flying it out of the car and landing on one of the bags in the car. I ended up taking the bag out of the car, which did not help, and he just started traveling between the bags and the car. I'm not sure what he thought he was pollinating, but he was making it very difficult to get back on the road. We couldn't get him away from the car, but we did manage to close the door with him on the outside. Unfortunately, our entire family and our bags were also outside of the car at this point. Eventually, with my lightning speed and cunning, I was able to distract him long enough to get into the car and drive it across the parking lot with my family walking behind me. He continued to follow my wife for a few yards, but eventually got bored and wandered away. We got the car seat fixed up and began the final push to Mystic, Connecticut. We had been wanting to visit this specific aquarium for literally years. We'd wanted to go the last time we were down here, but the timeline didn't work and it added a few extra hours to the journey, so we decided to skip it. This time though, we were hitting it right out of the gate, while we were fresh. And since we were already adding extra days to the trip, it wouldn't really affect our timeline at all. I already had a distaste for Connecticut from our last trip, where we stopped at the busiest, most disgusting rest area I've ever been, where everyone was extremely rude and every surface was filthy. But I mean, come on, that was a rest area. No way all of Connecticut was like that, right? This would prove to be an untrue statement. On top of that, we also didn't plan on it being the same temperature as Pompeii, August 24th, 79 AD. That's when Vesuvius erupted, in case anyone didn't know. The heat was borderline unbearable, and the crowds were tightly packed with the rudest people you have ever met in your life. The aquarium was similar to what I think hell is probably like, except hell won't have penguins, because they are way too cute. Much of the aquarium was inside a nice, air-conditioned building, so I was hoping for some reprieve, but the inside was literally hotter than the outside of the building. We decided it was time to head out. As we left, we were starving, so we wanted to grab something to eat. This is where we discovered we were in some kind of internet dead zone, and we were in constant SOS mode. We could neither look up restaurants nor get directions back to the highway. Eventually, we pulled into a storage place, which had unprotected Wi-Fi, and while we probably gave them all of our banking information, we were also able to look up a pizza spot nearby and get directions back to the highway. The only cool thing to come out of Connecticut was that in this pizza place, which tripled as a bar and sit-down restaurant, there was only one person working. She was the bartender, waitress, hostess, and to-go person. It was amazing to see her work because she was running all over the goddamn place, and everybody seemed happy. It was very impressive. After giving her a massive tip, we left. We also got this really incredible pizza, which, like the pizza in the 90s cartoons, had the melty gooey cheese, which was really cool. After promising ourselves we would never go back to Connecticut, no matter what happened, we carried on with our journey, heading through New York. Saw a bunch of cool buildings. I'm pretty sure this is a WWF building. We hit New Jersey, which always has a scent to it, and a large police presence. I'm assuming the same thing that gives New Jersey its distinct scent also gives it these beautiful sunsets. Day. Hold on. Nine. This is a really nice mirror.
Yeah. Come on. We have a lot of fun.
Keep going.
Take an elevator with a fire that
Nope. Look what's the.
I'll put the lights on.
Whichever one shows up.
Which one?
That one. One. I mean, I would say the hotel's pretty nice. I haven't checked out any of the amenities yet, but the person who checked us in was super nice. Easy enough to find our room. Seems clean, seems quiet, so seems like a good find to me.